I love your style of wrestling. I think it's interesting. Like people get to your legs, dude, and it's like that's probably one of the most dangerous places they can be. Like if their
That's
hips get a little bit far out, and then you just launch them. Where does that come from?
First of all, I was like, that's an awesome sentence. Like, I love your style of wrestling, man. Like, everyone just gets to your legs.
No, that's not what I
No, I'm
meant.
kidding. I'm kidding. No, I love it comes from I'll be honest, like it comes from the secrets of uh big game wrestling club back home, Iowa City. The guys over there, Dylan, um, that guy's a mastermind. And he's helped us with helped shown us all the secrets. A lot of them that have really helped me out with my style because you grow up wrestling thinking like don't let people touch your legs. You know all this super basic stuff or like fundamental stuff. Not that we don't use that still, but then we start. He helped me really kind of add that funky aspect that I've hopefully I can represent well and uh, just do cool stuff like what you just kind of said, trying to use their own weapons against them and letting them feel comfortable being on my legs and be like you know uh, putting them somewhere they're not comfortable.
Well, there was a match at U23s where like I think it was earlier on. Somebody got to your like a double leg and you end up like I'm not sure if you went to your butt first or whatever, but you end up rolling them through, end up on top of them. Like, dude, like you went from like not in good position to all of a sudden you're on top of them and holding them on their back. I think it's what's cool about wrestling is I think it's a reflection of who you are. And not only is it a fight, but it's also a way to be creative. And I think the way that you're able to put scores together, especially in neutral, it's like, dude, you're just having fun and being creative. And that's like, I don't know, that's trending right now. You look at the best wrestlers in the country and best wrestlers in the world. There's people that go out and they have fun and just trying to kind of show and what they do.
Thank you. Well, I love it. Yeah, that's what's made wrestling fun for me, especially at U23s and like NCAAs and like Pan Am's, kind of like just trying to have fun, and that's what makes practice more fun now. Like so I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it's able to be seen from the outside in, because that's my main. That's what I try to keep my mindset. It's just like I love this sport. I don't do it for, I'm not getting. It's not a 9 to 5 where I'm paid hourly. I just love doing it.
Well,
Yeah, because
during the college season, you had some ups and downs, and I think with that kind of style that you utilize, it there is some risk that comes with it. I guess how do you mentally kind of stay in it and I don't want to say double down because there's always fundamentals you got to work on and stuff like that with everybody at every level. But how is that something that you've kind of been able to stay positive and stick with it throughout the year this past college season?
Well, I mean, uh, I'm really big in the faith, and so that's the foundation of any sort of mentality for me or any sort of like kind of starting point, like how do you do it or anything like that. It's not me, it's God for sure, and I've been blessed to be able to have the resources that I've been given. I always say it comes from Him, like in the great coaches and in the program itself. But what helped a lot this season was kind of trusting. That was the biggest thing. Like I think I had a really good start at CKLB, and then kind of after that just went downhill. Had a real rocky mid season, and then kind of uh, just wasn't. That's sorry. I wasn't having fun in my wrestling. Like I'd win matches, but I'm winning them 5-4 overtime. Just right when I step out the mat, I'm sitting here like I'm like, man, I can't wait to get off. I can't wait to hopefully win and just be done with this. Yeah. Um, but I was really helped out by my coaches. We had a brand new coaching staff this year, and I wasn't as close to them because I just didn't have that. I'd already been in college for a year, don't have much of a relationship with them, but I really developed that relationship with them as the year went on, and it got a lot more personal with them, and it got to a point where after Pac-12s, I lost in the finals of Pac-12s, and Coach Gray comes up to me and like says like, "Hey man, I'm saying this because I love you, and I know you need to hear it. But like you're good, and you have a gift. Like you have a God-given talent of wrestling. Like I'm sitting here like watching you feel look good in the room and like kick butt, blah blah blah. And like you're doing all the things right. And it's like and he's like, but don't waste this talent. Like it's like, again, like you have a God-given talent, like and don't waste it out there by losing the kids that you shouldn't lose to. And one thing that really helped me was like he's like, you have no reason to put pressure on yourself. Like you're not there. Like you're not like good enough to say that. And I'm like, wow, like that's like that felt good. Like it was true. Like there's no bitterness. And not like you're not good, but you're not an All-American, you're not a national champ. You don't have any of these accolades or any of these things to give you any sort of reason to put pressure on yourself. It's like, hey, like why would I be scared out there? So then after that tournament, we had NCAA's a week and a half later, and I think the next day I went up to him and I had realized I was like, okay, I've trusted my trainers, trusted, lifting, trusted or kind of Preston and trusted all these people, my teammates, the program school. I'm like, I haven't done that to my coaches yet. And so I went up to Gray, um, and a couple of guys and like the staff and was like, hey, like, I realized this and um, you say jump, I'll say how high. And ever since then, I feel like um, it's gone up. I've felt myself like mentally go up levels because it's like I'm an athlete. I'm here as an athlete. I'm not my own coach. Like these guys are coaches for a reason. They got brought here for a reason. It's like let the coaches coach. And so that's kind of where the doubling down part, like that's where like, all right, like, with my faith, I'm like, all right, God, like you have me here for a reason. Like you give me these people for a reason. Like, why not let them be here for the purpose that they're here? And so I went to NCAA's, um, didn't know what to expect, didn't expect anything of myself. I'm just like, all right, I'm the 20th seed. I'm not supposed to make it to like day two or whatever. Like that's when it became fun because like not just that, but like just being like, you know, who cares? Like it's wrestling. This isn't gonna be with on like I'm not gonna mention this in 60 years. Be like, oh blah blah like I'm have fun in the moment and then trusting my coaches. They worked hard for me. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put this work in for them. And we ended up being an All-American at that tournament and it was just awesome because I felt myself just kind of unlock in a way. I was like, no
Mhm.
more pressure, no more these mental like blockages. It's like I was able to go out there have fun. I was able to go out there and like you said, double down and kind of have a good mentality. Trusting my coaches, trusting my training, and trusting all these things. Kind of not being scared anymore, and just being free of all things.